Who else? Yes, sir.
A subheading.
A subheading. So we could say a heading or a
Subtitle.
subheading or a subtitle. They're called both. Okay, what's another example? Someone other than them. Come on. Yes, ma'am.
Charts.
A chart, yeah. Okay, anybody else? Mackenzie?
The title.
The title, that's a big one. Why do you think the title is important as a text feature?
It's going to tell you what the text is going to be about.
It's going to tell you what the text is going to be about.
Or the book.
If it says understanding the government, it's not going to be about Labrador retrievers, is it?
No.
It's going to be about understanding the government. What's another one?
Diagram.
Diagrams. All right, so those are a few. We are going to watch a video real quick with some more examples, and I want you to pay attention if you hear any more. We're listening to the video. Uh-oh, maybe.
Well, oh, no. This is just a mystery, kind of.
A mystery novel? You? No way.
Not a novel. It's a real-life crime mystery, The Flying Bandit. You see, a few years ago, someone robbed a truck delivering money to the local bank. Then he or she got away in a sky cart.
A sky cart? What's that?
It's really cool. It's like a go-kart with a parachute on it, so it can fly. Here, look at this diagram.
So the propeller on the back thrusts the cart forward.
And the parachute gives it lift.
Look at the size of the engine. That has to be pretty loud. It seems like it would be pretty easy to follow someone in one of these.
That's why this is such a mystery. No one was ever caught.
So, what do you think happened?
Well, it was really windy that day. I think the robber either landed the sky cart and continued on in some other way, or maybe there was a crash.
I wonder which way the robber went.
Oh, this book has a map. Check it out.
Ooh, I heard
It
another
shows
one we
the
didn't
direction
mention.
the cart was last seen traveling.
What are these arrows for?
That's the direction the wind was blowing. See? The robber could have gone down in the woods right here.
And this building here, that's the bus station.
And so it is.
Did the police ever search the woods?
I'm sure they did. I mean, they would have to, wouldn't they?
So, are you up for a hike after school today?
I'll bring the map.
All right, so did you hear a couple more
Oh, I heard one more.
text features than what we mentioned? All right. What was one you heard that we didn't mention before?
Map.
A map. Okay, any other ones? They pretty much said all the ones we've named. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now, the text features we've named, you are going to go to your seats, really short ones, and you are going to work in your groups to look through 3 different nonfiction texts to find the text features. When you are doing this, I want you to write the page number. You're going to describe what it is. So if it is a map, you're not just going to say map. You might say it's a map of the town. Or if it's about the desert, it might be a map of the desert and all of the different locations around it that help you understand what it is located near. And then you're going to tell me why that's important for the story. So if it's a map about, let's see. A map about the 7 continents, you're going to tell me how that's important to understand the text around it. You understand? Give me a thumbs up if you got it. Thumbs down if you don't get what we're doing. Take that, please. All right, walking feet, get a pencil, and you're working in your teams. Yes? You do not need to do keywords, hyperlinks. Okay. since we're not doing the digital one, you're not going to do hyperlinks. If we're working together, what is our conversation level? A 1 is a whisper. A 2 is lunchroom talk. If you have a pencil, sit down. And then you speak sharpest, sharpest right here. So why don't you do one on the side and this side? So y'all can move on together. So share with them. So they can also look at the sheet of paper. Table. There's one here. 3 spots there. Oh, you said it right there. What are you finding on the title page? The title. Find a seat, please.
So let's see. Title page. What is it? On page nothing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yep.
Right.
Find as many as you can. It's a scavenger hunt.
Title page. Right here.
Well, what is the title? So instead of writing the title, what is the title? Is that the whole title? What's the whole title?
Oh, it isn't. But what? It's I'm not using. Oh yeah, endangered species. Oh, I don't know how to spell it.
Oh, species.
Endangered species.
There you go.
How does it help? It's telling us about. It's telling us about the story. It's telling us about the book.
So that would be the table of contents.
Yeah, it's telling us. It's telling us what it's going to be about. Like, yeah. I'm gonna ask the teacher. I'm already. Because you said that the title page is going to be about. Because I said the title page is going to be about what the whole story is going to be about.
It is, but what is the whole title? Doomed to disappear, endangered species. So what does it help me with? It helps me understand that
Due to disappear. So like the animals are.
Yeah, so they're worried about endangered species possibly disappearing. You can see the question mark. So is it like I'm for sure they're disappearing? No, because they're kind of questioning it. So they're worried about like, is it for sure going to happen? So just this title right here helps me understand that the whole text is going to explain, are they for sure going to disappear?
So telling us if they're going to be dead?
Yeah. And it tells me what I can expect from the story. Yes.
Is it text future?
So because it helps us understand, can a photograph help me understand the text better? Yeah, because if it's talking about a type of flower, seeing that flower might help. So then if I see it, I know. Or an elephant, if I've never seen what an
So
elephant
let's
looks
say
like.
table of contents. Second page. So it tells no.
The table has really good discussion over here. They're working together.
Page 1 again. So I didn't see. That's page 1.
Oh.
Yeah. So where is it?
It's
Yeah, we're doing good. Because then you have a question. So wait, what is it? Because it's the table of contents. It's telling us.
the title page on page 2.
Yes.
If this is 2, the one before it is 1. I want you to find all of the text features possible. And you might have to look into multiple books to find them all.
So you can write telling us a chapter. What's index? It's telling us a chapter.
So the index.
The page and the chapter.
And it's going to tell you. See? And it tells you, like, if I'm specifically just looking for information on the paragraph content, I would go to YouTube.
All the way back
It
to
helps you find specific information.
Okay, so what is it?
Yeah, we all have to see.
Right, it's supposed to be an index. Okay. Wait, what is it?
Index.
If you work together, you might be able to
How does it
work
help
on
us?
finding the parts together.
Like
Like they're all doing the same book and finding most of the parts.
Oh, they
So it
are.
might help you. Yeah, it might help you if you all figuring out find separate ones. Well, you could share a book. Share a book. Unless you want to do it separate. And then come together.
Yeah.
Where it is.
Yes, she's correct. It's telling us
Where the words are.
But it's talking.
The table of contents. It's going to be glossary and it's going to tell you.
Oh no, it's telling us the chapters.
Yeah.
How long is it?
So basically the contents of it. Or like in nonfiction text, that would be where it should be the chapter.
Oh, it's like the chapter, like where it's
It's telling us when it starts and when it starts. It's telling us when it starts and when it ends.
So, what is it? It's a list of the headings.
we're working.
Stories, and it helps me find specific information.
Okay. What are we doing on this one?
I see a heading,
Oh, we just went.
and I see a subheading.
That's a lot.
Nope.
Page 31.
The heading's going to be over the
So
whole.
Can we do this one?
The subheading is going to be a smaller section. Yes.
What's this?
What is that?
Glossary.
Glossary.
So when is it? Glossary.
Yep, that's the glossary. The headings are going to be in the actual text. I see headings.
So like we're just gonna put headings. Feature section. We're just gonna put
Glossary, and you're going to tell me it's the glossary, and then why would the glossary be important?
Because it's talking about. No, it's not talking about.
Well, if I read it,
Definition.
the definitions of the confusing words, not every word. So if I'm reading it and I don't understand what a bird of prey is or cultivated means, I can find it here, and then it will go back and help me understand it.
It's telling you about the words that you don't really understand.
Yes, the more difficult words. These girls are winning our text feature scavenger hunt.
What?
They were confused.
About the words we don't remember.
What are you confused about?
It's telling you the definition of the confusing
Okay,
words. It's telling you words you don't know.
Oh, that's not right.
No.
Y'all three look at this.
Alright, that's what I'm just
Found my title page on page number.
So it's telling you about.
Our title page, what is it? It is doomed to disappear.
It's telling you, to me, I think it's telling you, like, I don't know, it's telling you about the unconfusing words. The confusing words. No, I'm not telling you about,
It just tells you.
One, you in your
that's
group.
fine.
But in the paragraph,
It's telling you about
a
the
section.
confusing words. Heading, look at heading. The
It's
definition.
telling you
about the
have
words.
multiple paragraphs. So we go find a section.
So
Look how many paragraphs.
about, it's telling you definition, it's telling you about,
So then,
I'm doing heading this time because it's telling you
Subheading?
what is that?
about
Oh, wow. A subheading is just on the same
I mean, I know what a heading is. About the definition.
I know this whole thing. I'm
A heading is like,
Oh, wait. I just got a subheading.
Okay. Yeah, because
Heading.
I want y'all to just do the front side of the
page
paper.
8.
Okay?
I can't find it.
Just the front side.
Oh, I finished.
Here's the front side. Once you finish, get your iPad to do your QR
Oh,
code.
this side.
Finish paper on the table, please.
Oh, this is the heading. But it's still the same.
Right here. And just go to QR code. QR code's on your table.
heading is like where. Wait, this it's telling you. So this is the title. This is the subheading.
This isn't the title. This is the. If this is the subheading, what is this?
The heading is
Heading. It's over the whole section. The subheading is going to be a subsection.
Oh. So what is it?
Heading.
Which one?
About the whole thing. It's telling you what I'm gonna say. It's telling us
This is
about
a level 1. Okay. Which one? So if a heading is over the main part, like the main section, the subheading is over the smaller section. This section, this subsection is just about Mercury, but this subsection is about Venus, and they're both still found in the 4 inner planets.
About the whole paragraph.
Boys. Boys. Finish? Let me see.
No, each.
Just the front. What's, I talk about what they're talking about.
Okay.
And the whole story?
Oh, we already found some.
Well,
Or just in that subsection, so talking about in the, yes ma'am.
at least do maps. With the back.
Yeah. If you found a map that you want to talk about,
Are we doing the back?
you could just have to do front, but if there's one you find on the back that you would like to add in, you can. And then when we go to finish that in a second, you're ready to talk about it. You done? I've had the QR code, please.
Wait, I think she's right. No, I think she's right. Because that looks like the heading.
the word next to the heading No, it's not. The teacher.
Yeah, so right here, caption, golden toes. So it's explaining
That's
what's
the
in
heading, that's the subheading. How you can tell because that's the second paragraph.
I'm gonna
So we do one. No, let's do this. Let's do another one. We're doing it again.
How does the definitions of word help me? Or how does knowing the page numbers help me?
No, there's
How's that?
more.
That's not a subheading.
That's
That's the heading.
If you want to know what page.
This is the heading. These the ones on the orange.
That's the glossary. I'm looking at the index.
Wait, hold up.
So how does that help?
That's top.
This is a subheading. What? That's not a subheading.
Essentially, the heading is telling
It
you
doesn't matter.
But how does that help me understand the text?
a particular part is about.
If it's something I'm still confused about,
But
what does
I
it help me
think
do?
she's actually correct, right?
Like if I'm still confused about hydrogen, what's the index going to help
Oh,
me
wait, hold up. If we go
Girls,
back.
girls. What is that going to help me do right here? It's going to help me find the page number. So I can find more information.
Can we go to page 4?
I'm confused.
Okay, what do I do now?
What do you do? Yep. Put that iPad back on the table, please. And if you have your paper still, it tells you what the purpose of a heading is.
So we still need help on the subheading.
Okay, So if the heading tells me, this is a subheading. So if the heading tells me what the whole section is about, what does the subheading
that's
tell
the
me?
subheading.
It tells me what that little,
Oh my god.
what?
So it's page.
Well, that whole little section, because they can have more than one paragraph. Yes, because this is gonna, the heading's gonna tell me what the entire section is about. The subheading is gonna tell me what that section's about.
So this
Oh, finish. Are you finished?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, get an iPad, do your QR code.
I feel like after like the start test, everyone's like, someone
Finish that. You're finished? Putting the paper on my table and getting your iPad QR code? Perfect. No, she just wanted to do maps. So if you want to do maps, to talk to us about it when we all come back. Oh, there's two maps. Yep, one's a little scan the QR code. Perfect. Perfect. Right here. Yep. Answer the questions and put the iPad up. Once everyone finish it, we're gonna come back together and finish our anchor chart. What? We're gonna help talk about how each one helps us.
It tells about
helps us.
Hey. Bye, Parker. Parker's on his way.
Oh, you get it.
Is it working or is it covered?
Oh, she was talking about helps.
You all need one to do your questions.
No, it tells you what
You did your work, now you're doing your independent work. You all need an iPad to do your questions.
No, because we only have one screen. Oh, you just said that.
I typed it in. You put your name. What's your name, Nick? That one, right there. This one is independent work. So are we working and talking together?
What is your name?
Here. But put your name in. What? Just put your first name. I know who you are.
First one was nice. I'm going to do it again.
Oh, and look, you told me why else already. Mackenzie, don't worry about your name so much. Just type it in. Oh, if you look on your paper, you wrote what the purpose of the heading was. Yeah. You gotta put it directly over it. There you go.
I put
Independent work. Oh, for which one? Oh, well, if you think you've mastered text features and you were totally ready, perfect. If you think you've mastered them, then you don't need help on anything else. But if you still need help with understanding headings or understanding a chart, then you might put that. Yes. Not just the page, the whole section. The whole section. Or chapter, yes. In this book, it is a chapter because chapter 3 is a success story. That's the heading. Once you finish and your iPad is up, we're going to come back together to talk about more ways.
So in your class, there's some people
What is
Hey, Andrew's trying to finish. Oh, I don't know. What does a bold word do? It makes it.
show you.
It shows you it's what?
It shows you. No, it doesn't. It shows you.
Why might this word be bold?
Oh, because it shows you that it's a word that some people might not know.
And they might not know it. It might be important. In this case, that bold word tells us that it's where?
In the glossary.
In the glossary.
So it's telling you.
So it's telling you that that's a word you probably want to know, and you might need more information on. If you finish, put your iPad up. Thank you. All right, about 1 more minute to finish up your Google Doc, and then we're gonna come back together. Which one? So you used it to tell us that word's important. That word is so much more important than the words around it that needs to be bold. Caption is the one that goes right by a picture. So why might that be important? Perfect. That's exactly what it is. Because if I'm just looking at this picture, I might be like, oh, that's a pretty orange frog. And I don't know any information on it. But the caption tells me what I need to know about it. Such a good book.
Where's the caption? Wait, there's more? The word text
No, what is something you learned about text features?
I wanted to say a little summary of the text
Perfect. Thank you. All right, about 30 more seconds. Submit it. Submit it. If you are done, please put your pencil up and find your way to my rug. If you are done, put your pencil up, find your way to my rug. Nick, finish up, find your way to my rug.
Nothing.
No.
What does the text feature do?
Oh.
Submit it. Put your iPad up.
Wait, no. I need one more question.
Finish up.
Can we put nothing?
If you think you've mastered it, you can put nothing. You think you've absolutely mastered it?
Okay.
What kind of some stuff? Does that help me? Turn it off, put it on my table, and find your way to my right. Blue table, finish up, submit it.
That's what I did. That's what I did. I did nothing on the last one. That's it, nothing.
Awesome, I'm so glad you can math.
No, but the last one,
We're gonna have pizza and Wednesday base.
That's me next week.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, find your way to the right place, friends. Andrew, we put the book up. Submit. Put that up.
Did we bring our paper?
Submit. Put that up. Okay, while the rest of our friends are coming to the rug, who can raise their hand if they saw a caption in the story?
I need to answer it.
So, who saw a caption? What did the caption help us understand? Do you need a phone a friend?
The picture.
It helps us understand what's going on in the picture.
I got a rock to the cafeteria. Ayana got her name from the back. So your students like, so I can give the, place the people.
Okay, who saw a heading while looking for the text features? Mackenzie, did you see a heading?
Yes.
Okay, what did the heading help us do?
It helped us tell about the whole page or
Not just the page, but the whole
passage.
chapter or the whole section. So, because on Star Passages or even a newspaper, it's not a chapter, it's just a section of that newspaper. That's what the heading's gonna help us with. So what that section is mostly about. All right, what is a subheading? Help me understand. If I have a heading, what's a subheading? What's a subheading?
With the little,
Kind of, we're almost there.
it's the, title of the small paragraph.
Of the smaller
Section.
So it's gonna help us understand what the smaller section inside of the larger one is about. Okay, chart. Did anybody see a chart? The charts. What could a chart maybe help us with, or a graph? What might a chart help us with, Andrew?
You can sort the details of the
You're not sure? What if we're looking at the book of endangered species and the chart or the graph shows me elephants have this many left, frogs have this many left. What is that chart helping me understand?
I'll go there.
That's okay. That's okay. Just tell me, what's that chart helping me understand about the endangered species? Tell me how many are left. I can visually see there's a lot more frogs than elephants. So do we need to take more care of elephants?
Yes.
Yes, it's going to help me visually see the numbers. Okay, what's the title helping me with? What does the title of the story do? Somebody who hasn't, there you go, what's the title doing? About the whole text. Very good. So again, if it says understanding government, it's probably not going to be about saving the elephants. Right? It's going to tell me my whole text is about understanding government. All right, what's a map going to help me do?
Wait, what?
Andrew, what's a map gonna help you do?
It's gonna like navigate where like the events are happening in the story.
Yeah, where are events in the story happening in a nonfiction?
No.
Not events, but maybe important details are happening.
Where people live.
Where people live, or if we're reading about endangered species, where those endangered species live.
Yeah.
So it helps us locate important details. And then last one, what about a diagram? We saw in the video a diagram about the machine the robbers used to get away. What did that diagram help you with?
It like helps you like. Well, it was a picture of like.
It is kind of a picture. It's like a drawing. What do you think, Andrew?
It helps you picturize what it would look like and like where everything would be.
Right. It's going to tell me about the parts in it.
Yeah, like
so if I've never seen a bicycle before, a bicycle diagram might show me where the wheels are, where the handlebar, or the brakes.
And the pom-poms.
So it's going to show me parts of something.
Oh yeah.
Okay, to end this, I want you to think about what would a nonfiction text be like without text features? What would it be like?
It would be like run-on sentences.
Well,
Chapters.
What do you think?
That would be a fiction text.
It might look like a fiction text because does a fiction text have all these text features? No. But what would the actual text be like? Do you think you would get as much information out of it?
No.
No.
You would just start reading.
You'd just be like, oh.
It's just gonna be all words, and maybe it's telling me about this magical jungle inside this country. But what if I don't have a map?
It would show you like,
Yeah, I'm missing important things. Or what if they're trying to show me how a hot air balloon works, but I've never seen a hot air balloon and they don't put photographs in there? Or they're talking about the fire and I'm like, is that coming from above or below? So is it gonna help me understand the nonfiction text better?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, thumbs up if you think yes, thumbs down if you think no.
Oh, the text.
You think it's gonna help? Are the text features gonna help the nonfiction text, or we don't really need them?
Oh, yes, totally.
We totally need them. That helps us understand. All right, kiss your brain. You're so smart. So smart.
Wow.